What's up, raw babes? And today I'm giving you very much raw. By the thumbnail, you already know it's gonna be a raw tutorial, so let's just jump right into it. So yeah, I went to Orlando, Florida and Jacksonville, Florida to do a Young Boy concert. And if you guys missed me, I'm sorry. I will be back for classics. So if you want more information on that and to book your appointment with me, y'all go book on my website. It will be open on October 18th at 12 a.m. if you guys didn't already see this. But when I tell you guys I love me some Orlando Down, the girls were so sweet and welcoming. And I was going through a lot, just had 2 deaths in my family, but I still made it my best to go out there to Orlando because the girls really was itching for me to get down there and to meet me. And the girls were so sweet. I built some perfect bonds. But let's just jump right into it, y'all. I had to do some footage because I know you guys have been telling me, like, Lashay, we need some more, YouTube videos. And I know this is a regular beat that you guys always see, which is my signature naked beat, but I want to do a step by step, and also these are easy steps to just glide along. So the first thing we did was cleanse the client's skin. I went in with some Noxzema pads just to avoid any breakouts and to also start with a very clean base. And then you'll begin to prime. But I started off with the eyebrows and then I primed. So for the eyebrows, I went in with the Lift and Snatch Brow Pen by NYX and the shade Espresso. And I'm doing like little brow hair, just following her original brow shape and arch. And I'm doing little realistic detailed brow hairs and strokes in the front of her eyebrow just to make it look like that threaded eyebrow look. And I'm just filling into my liking. Also, one tip I can give you for the eyebrows, ladies, is no perfect way. Remember that concealer is an eraser, so it's not a perfect way. And also just remember, just follow their original brow hairs. You do not want to make their brows too big or too small. Just follow the original tracing of the brow. Now I will go on with my flat brush. I went in with the shade Butterscotch from Born This Way Concealer. So for the concealer, make sure you go out with at least 2 shades lighter than their original skin tone, just to arch out that eyebrow. To line up the top of her eyebrow, I went in with her foundation shade concealer in the shade Coca from L'Oreal Infallible Wear Concealer, or you guys can use their original skin tone foundation, just to avoid any type of halo eyebrow. Also, to lay down the brow hairs, you can go use any type of eyebrow gel, but y'all already know me. I like to use the dual lash glue, the green and white pack, just to lay down those eyebrow hairs. And then that's when I will set those eyebrows. Before we fill in, I'll go in with some translucent powder. I went in with the Air Sponge translucent. You guys can use any one that you prefer. And then I will blend down that concealer to the lids to get ready for the eyeshadows. And you want to mattify that area, so you'll go back in with some translucent powder just to get ready for your eyeshadows. I wanted to do a naked beat today, so this is my signature look. I went in with a brown warm tone eyeshadow. You'll just be blending that on her eyelid, and you'll be blending towards the beginning of the eyebrow and towards her nose bridge. You guys have to blend towards that nose bridge. It helps for any type of underpaint, just to get ready to snatch that nose up and contour. So it will help out your looks 100%. This is one important step that you guys have to follow in order to have a flawless glam. Now, I moisturize the skin with the OG favorite. This is the Pond's moisturizer. And then I'll begin to Papa. And then I'll begin to prime with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Child, y'all heard my baby say hi. He said hi. And y'all, like I said, time go by so fast. He's 6 months. They go so fast, y'all. But now I'm going in with the swatches of foundation. I'm going in with the NARS Longwear Foundation in the shade Macao. I like to go in with swatches. And when you're matching foundation, make sure that you're looking at their chest. And that will give you a whole full one color. But right now I'm going in with these swatches. And I'll begin to blend with the Real Technique brush. Now it's time to cream contour. I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Wear Concealer in the shade Espresso, and make sure that your contour shade is at least 2 shades darker than your original skin tone. Now in these areas, I wanted a little bit more full coverage and some more warmth to her face. So I went with the L'Oreal Infallible Wear Concealer in the shade Cocoa. If you want a little bit more full coverage, make sure that you go in with the concealer that's similar to her original skin tone. You guys can use L'Oreal as a full coverage, or you guys can use Born This Way, but I do like to use it in this area. Now, these are the two blushes that I used today on her face. I used the OTT Orange from P. Louise, and I used the Blush Lily by Juvia's Place. I love these two creams together. It came out like a beautiful color. When you finish blending with your powder puff, I tell people all the time, sometimes a lot of things can take away with the continuum of blending. So just make sure you go back in to bring up that contour and bring up those colors into the face. So for example, if I'm blending and it takes away the contour for the nose, get that same brush for the contour and blend it back up just so it can pop up and stay snatched. Also, if the blush was to fade away, you'll also go back in with the same brush for the blush just to pop it back up. It's a thing called over blending, y'all. So if you feel like you're doing something right, but you feel like it's just going away, make sure you continue to pop those colors back up. Now before I get ready to go on with my second puff pad, this puff pad is only for powders. You have a puff pad for creams and you have a separate one for powders. So now I begin to set the face. When you're going in to set the face, make sure you tell your client to keep looking up just to avoid any type of creasing for the under eye. This video is the in-depth of teaching. I will also give you guys tips on what I teach my girls who book those one-on-one classes. Just a little insight. For those bright areas, you need a bright powder. Even if it's down from setting powder or even pressed powder, you have to complement those areas. You guys are doing the steps, but you're noticing that your bright areas are fading away because sometimes you guys are going with a little bit too much of a darker powder in those bright areas. So everything you did with the bright under eye, the bright concealer, you basically just erased everything. So it defeats the purpose of the bright concealer and the bright full coverage. So you have to complement those bright areas. So I went in with a bright setting powder for her bright areas, and then for the remaining of the skin tone to set up the whole entire look together, you're going with a powder that's similar to the original skin tone. So I went in with like a yellow tone. I forgot the name of this setting powder, but you guys know it's like a yellow setting powder from the Huda Beauty. And now I'm going in to bring some color back up. Every cream you have to set. So every cream has a setting. For example, I use some contour, now it's time to bronze. I use cream blush, and then it'll be time to set that cream blush with a powder blush. So now I'll be going in with some bronzer. I went in with the Mocha Mommy from Fenty, and then also for the blush, I went in with the Juvia's Place Volume 4. Earlier we did setting, now it's time for baking. You want to leave that powder on the areas that you need to snatch up and leave bright. So I will be snatching up her nose and also her cheekbones. I went in with some Inklock black gel liner. You guys can get it from Amazon. And now I'm just smoking up her bottom lash line with that brown. So I outlined her lips with the L'Oreal Infallible Wear Concealer in the shade Espresso, the same color that we used to contour her with. And when I tell you makeup has no rules, you can always do little hacks and it will come out the same way. So I went on with a small angle brush and I went on to overline her lips to give that Barbie effect. You guys want to overline your girls up, and then I would just blend out those edges. And then for the center of her lips, I went in with a nude pink. She wanted her lips very pinky, so I went in with the Poetic from Maybelline, and then I topped in the middle of like an ombre lip with a little bit of some white concealer, just to give that pretty pinkish nude. And I popped on some hair store gloss, and this from the brand Broadway. Yeah, she was just looking at herself. I was hyping her on. I said, girl, you looking good now. She was like, oh, I do. And so I went in with some pressed powder. This pressed powder complements her original skin tone. It's from the MAC Studio Fix in the shade NW44. And then for the bright areas, I went in with the Pro Filter by Fenty. I went in with the shade 385 and 345. Now it's time to spray that face. I went in with One Size, Morphe, and Revolution Super Fix. So I'll be spraying, and this came out so pretty. She could have just walked out right then and there. This look ate down, y'all. Time to bring a little glow into the face. I went in with some Urban Decay highlighter in the shade Space Cowboy, and this came out so cute, y'all. I went on the bridge of her nose, her eyebrow bone, her cheek, her chin, and her forehead. This is an all-time favorite beat, okay? This is a beat where you can go anywhere with, and I hope I explained everything very straightforward to you guys. This came out so perfect. If you guys want to see some more looks like this that is easy to follow along, I know you guys be seeing Lashay. We need a little bit less steps. So I got y'all. So this came out so pretty. This is my Orlando client. Y'all, Orlando is trying to kidnap me from Miami. They love me in Orlando. I will be going for classics like I told you guys before. So make sure you guys follow me at Lashay Glams on my platform. This look came out so cute. And now we're doing the finishing touches. I'm going in to bring up a little bit more brown to her nose contour. And this, it was just perfect. She looks amazing. This is the perfect beat. Not too much, not too less. It just ate down. If you guys ever come to Miami, you want to book a one-on-one class with me and invest into your business, make sure you follow me on all platforms at Lashay Glams and click that link in the bio. If you guys love this video, make sure you click the big thumbs up and click that notification bell so you can be the first to see whenever Lashay Glams posts. Comment down below what you want to see next. And y'all, this beat came out so cutesy. And also make sure y'all subscribe. I love you guys. Tell a friend and tell a friend. This is the page where you'll learn all the gems. I love you guys so much and see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye. Mwah.